Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alfany. So, this article is on cryptodaily.co.uk. This is another area where I believe we could take a large portion of money from this particular part of the economy, the world economy, and it's rapidly growing. The title of this article is, and we need to keep an eye on this because we need companies like Hbar to get on this. I'm sure they will if they don't have, you know, certain companies building on this already. Ripple, Stellar. We want the bank coins to take as much money from all of the different sectors of the world because that's what's going to bring us generational wealth. That's what makes those prices skyrocket. This article is titled, Redefining the Gig-Based Economy with Blockchain Technology and Cryptocurrencies. This is not something I thought about before. I love this article, this idea, and I think we can dominate here. Ripple, well, you know what? I want Ripple to focus on those banks, but someone else who's building on XRPL can make something where they can have something like ride sharing. We can take some money from ride sharing. They can definitely benefit from decentralization, correct? Right? And put that power in their own hands if that's possible. Uber, the Uber types of technologies, the lifts. Now you have people driving trucks through the, as a part of the gig economy. There's so many things. We have these like part-time and full-time jobs now that are just gig based. Like you do it for 2-3 days, something like that. I believe that's how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not something that was at the forefront of my mind. This article is brilliant. I think we can dominate here. I would like the bank coins to take this and not allow the other cryptocurrencies or blockchains to get in and mess it up. The other blockchains, in my humble opinion, have messed so many things up because of their vulnerabilities, getting hacked, some of their flaws that cause downtime, things of that nature. And unfortunately, because they're not as good as the bank coins, those have caused a myriad of problems, and it's only going to get worse as regulations come down because those flaws are going to be highlighted. So I don't want the regular blockchains to dominate when it comes to this, but let's just read this little tidbit here. It says, just like the era of fractionalization has seen office sharing, ride sharing, and even apartment sharing. I didn't know that. Okay. I thought they just did like houses and, what was that, like Airbnb where they rent out a house? I didn't know people were doing apartment sharing. That's interesting. It says apartment sharing arrived on the scene. It has also transformed work and employment opportunities, setting the stage for the gig economy. The gig economy is made up of short-term jobs, freelancing, independent contracting. In other words, there's a lot of money there. And it's only going to grow as the gig economy grows. This is a perfect time for us to get in deep. I think we can dominate here. Let's scroll down just a little bit here. It says, a freelance industry report provided by Upwork and Freelancers Union underlines this point of view, highlighting that the gig economy workers spent a total of 1.07 billion hours per week. That's a lot of money moving. That's a lot of volume too. Once that payroll starts rolling out, those paychecks start rolling out. We want that type of volume on Stellar. We want that type of volume on Hbar, Hedera. We'll get to Hedera a little bit later. Oh, I've been telling you about Hbar, Hedera. We'll get to that in a little bit. Just chapters if you want to jump around. I don't mind at all. But thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here. It says 1.07 billion hours per week freelancing before the pandemic. Moreover, according to Statista, we love Statista.com, and Wanolo, more than half of America's workforce will engage in some form of gig-based work by 2027. That is mind-blowing. I appreciate whoever wrote this article. They did a good job. That means there's a lot of money in there that we could scoop up. We could take over, and I believe we will. As a matter of fact, I'm debating. I might reach out to some people. I have very good relationships with a lot of individuals from the Vechain blockchains, and I may reach out and just mention this to them and see if they're working on something, to take some of this money off the table and to allow those individuals to benefit from the blockchain technologies. But of course, like I said, my end game, I'm here to make money. But this is a good way. Like I said, in crypto also, one of the great things is that a rising tide raises all ships, literally in crypto. Everybody benefits. It says, meanwhile, the expansion of blockchain technology into time fractionalization has unlocked new opportunities to transform this growing sector into one of the biggest drivers of the global economy. One such emerging platform that is spearheading the efforts to fuse the benefits of gig-based tasks with the inherent features of blockchain technology is Grand Time. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there because I want to jump into this next XRP article here. But this is very good. And as it expands, like I said, we want to take, if we want to get into moving all of the money, so to speak, then it behooves us to reach out and embed ourselves in as many of these growing fields, growing economies, or these, like, whatever you want to phrase this as. But you see how we're ingraining ourselves in Africa, which their economies are going to explode, ingraining ourselves in Latin America, Central America, parts of Europe. Now we're going to get into Vechain also, China, where we're taking money from everywhere. We need to make sure we're embedding ourselves in everything that is growing. And then that makes that price go even higher. That's why I said in the last video, when I choose titles, I'm trying to like drop messages in there to people that correspond to what the videos are about, what my thoughts overall are about. And so the last video title was like the wealth is growing. That's an understatement. It's such an explosive and rapid growth of the bank coins that once we have another bull run, I do expect prices to go much higher than they did in the last bull run. At least the potentiality is there for it. So the body of people that know about the bank coins has grown because all of my peers have been doing a great job spreading the word about the bank coins and such like that, which is cool. I don't really care about retail like that. The money and the wave of money, the flood, the tsunami is going to come from the banks. That's what I focus on and just trying to share the research. But the message has gotten out there. So now there's more people, and a lot of them are tied to institutions. More of them know now about the bank coins than ever. So when there's another bull run, that price could possibly go higher, right? Not to mention if you sprinkle in there maybe a victory from this SEC case, sprinkle in there also maybe some regulatory clarity in different parts of the world, that price can go higher. That price can go higher, right? So we've been doing a lot of good work, in my humble opinion here. You see how I want to just quickly, if you allow me to jump around a little bit, look at how easily the price of quant went up. It was like $41 a couple of weeks ago. Now it's at $80. Look how solidly it holds itself as it consolidates around $80 or so like that. There's certain economic factors, I've been saying this, that could make the market go down a little bit more, give it more volatility. I mean, on downward pressure, let's put it that way. But we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully not. Hopefully the Fed is going to, certain data is going to come out and they're going to say we're having a soft landing, so to speak. I don't know about that. But for now, you see how easily that price rises because there's only 13 million quant. This is logical. There's only 13 million. It has less of a circulating supply than Bitcoin. Now, I don't know how high that price can go once a bull run starts. I just know people are, in my humble opinion, not financial advice, that people are going to make a disgusting amount of money from quant. There's people already taking profits because, like I said, they bought it like $40, $41, $42, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But they gotten that low and they bought a ton of quant. And then now the price has gone up to $81 or so, right? Or 82, something like that. So they're already making money. But just imagine in a bull run what that price can do. Remember the all-time high last year about December was what, like $420, somewhere around there. That, even if it returns to all-time highs, that's a healthy price. So what I'm showing here is the potential for some of these crypto to explode that are utility coins that are being spread out. Either they have a low circulating supply like quant, or they're going to be mass adopted and there's just not enough of them to go around to serve the entirety of the world. You look at XRP, there's not enough XRP to go around. It's going to, no matter how you look at it, that price is going to skyrocket. If all the banks are using XRP, large financial institutions are using XRP, you have XRP being used for cross-border payments. When it comes to like a SWIFT sort of replacement, or even if they congeal with something like SWIFT, XRP will become more rare. And that's not to mention if the Bank of International Settlements actually enforces the staking. Remember, we looked at that document where they suggested staking was one of their mechanisms within one of their models. If that happens, that price of XRP will explode. Let's move on to this article here. All right, it's on crypto Cryptonomist.ch, encryptonomist.ch. It's titled, Will Ripple Succeed in the Future of Payments? This article made me look twice because I thought it was going to be another FUD article. Actually, this is a very good article here. And it says a lot of powerful things about why XRP being leveraged by Ripple is going to explode and so delicious to the banks and everyone else, all the other large institutions around the world, and they're going to absolutely dominate. It says Ripple XRP competes with major networks to become the global leader in digital payments, and I think that they can definitely do that. But I believe that they will be congealed with a lot of the other bank coins or bank coin blockchains. Algorand is in there. Stellar is definitely in there. They're undeniable at this point. You can't get around them. They're just embedded in too many governments. They have too many close ties with central banks and stuff like that. They're all going to have to that's why interoperability is so good, because the money's going to flow one into the other, one out of this one and into that one. And there is more than enough money to go around. And we're talking about quadrillions of dollars. Each bank coin, even taking a modicum of that, what does it do to those prices? I like to always say this because I think it brings to a certain reality to the thinking mind to see that, listen, yes, of course, XLM is not going to stay at 10 cents. That's not going to happen, right? And people have a ton of XLM. Like I said, it's not going to take an insane price for people to make a boatload of money from XLM. Algorand, the same thing. People are sitting on a ton of Algorand as long hold. Don't get me wrong, some people flip it for a little bit of profit, but they have their billions bag. That's what I like to call it. They have their billions bag, and they have this nice healthy bag on the side that they have a ton of Algorand in, and they're going to make a ton of money, in my humble opinion. A lot of them already have. When Algorand went parabolic last year, people made a ton of money off of that. So, you know, everything's looking good, but let's continue on here. It says, actually, Ripple is not based on a real blockchain, but a DLT, distributed ledger technology, in the broad sense of the technology. Compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, other third-generation blockchains, its consensus algorithm is based neither on POW or a POS model. In fact, verification of transactions and the global state of the ledger is based entirely on trust. This is one of the most important parts of this article. Is based on entirely on trust, which is controlled by a few validator nodes. And this is why I believe the banks will move to take XRP out of the hands of the retail investors. Either that, or they will incentivize you to hold your XRP. They will negate that volatility because the trust must be there, and they only trust each other. So yes, of course. So XRP is not for retail, because Ripple, who is leveraging XRP, is bringing in all of the banks who will trust each other and who will take XRP off the market, whether it's they buy the XRP from people, or whether they will use it in private closed systems. But I just recently read a document where they're suggesting the combination of the use of both private and public ledgers for the banks. So in that way, it doesn't matter either, because let's say you had 20 of this particular asset and the bank takes 18 of them off of the out of the circulating supply and uses that in a closed ecosystem. There's only 2 left. So what I'm saying here is, by them removing any of that supply, and the same thing applies with XLM and Algorand, by them removing that massive amount from the supply for their own use, it makes it more rare. What does it do to that price? And once again, it goes back to what I was saying before. I don't believe there's enough XRP to go around. Now, don't get me wrong. Everything happens in degrees. This is going to take time. But once they start removing giant chunks of XRP from the market and it's becoming more rare, that price alone is going to skyrocket over that alone. Not to mention, once they start pooling money into XRP, we have to look at the different mechanisms. We'll wait and see how this all plays out. But if they start pulling money into XRP, that price is going to rise dramatically. They can eliminate most of retail. They will eliminate most of retail from being able to get their hands on that. There's no way they allow. I wouldn't, if I'm a bank, there's no way I come together with my peers, if I'm a supervisory entity, and allow that price to be low enough where retail can get their hands on any XRP whatsoever. I raise it up to a respectable amount, which I would have calculated over the years to be a sufficient amount where retail cannot get in. And then we all are in agreement as banks that we maintain the level there just by holding, incentivize some of the smaller banks through staking. Now they're making money that way. They're going to be lending, there's going to be lending. There's so much they're going to do with XRP. So many different ways it can be used. That price, in my humble opinion, it's my humble opinion. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me whether you buy or sell at all. I don't care at all about that. It's just my humble opinion. As I give some facts and I give some opinion here on the channel, that price is going to explode logically. And the trust between banks is one of the reasons. Can I have trust if there's too much volatility? Which means there cannot be volatility, correct? Because if I'm sending my money to this bank, I can't have that price drop out of nowhere. So that means that we have to negate or eliminate volatility, which means what? XRP has to be somewhat of a stable coin, but at a high price. Where does that price go? We don't know, but it would go to a very respectable height. In my humble opinion, that's just one possibility, or just rather just a few possibilities. Let's go on here to this this Hedera article here. This actually come from a tweet, and it was on Hedera's Twitter page. It says Standard Bank. Remember I told you guys about Hedera working with the largest bank in South Africa by assets? And I kept repeating this. Video after video, I say this. And I haven't heard anybody else talk about this. I don't know why. Like, maybe they want the price of Hedera to stay down. I don't know. No price right now matters to me because I know what's to come and I'm playing the long game. So I'll tell you the truth. But nobody else is talking about that relationship. And here Hedera comes back to it and gives you an update. Hbar is going to go far. Remember that phrase. Standard Bank remains at the forefront of research and development of blockchain and DLT in the African context, committed to the exploration of efficient digital payment rails and financial services that enable African commerce to flourish. This is from Hedera. Let's click on the article and let's read a little bit further here. It says, with the explosion of SMEs, I was trying to find this little part. With the explosion of SMEs and entrepreneurship in several African countries. Listen, this is what Hedera retweeted. This is facts. So sometimes people, I think they believe, even though I don't know why, I'm a researcher. I bring you what I find. My thing is to bring you factual information that you can research yourself. But some people don't take it serious when I bring them something. I told you Africa's going to explode. They are mining more natural resources themselves, by the way. I know there was a lot of other outside entities in Africa. There still are, but the African people themselves are mining for themselves now, right? A lot of the wealth is going to them. More natural resources now than ever. They're starting more businesses now than ever. Their educations are better now than ever. They're absorbing these technologies. The real estate is mind-blowing in Africa. Mind-blowing. They are going to take off. And that's why the bank coins are there. So now you have them telling you this. Read it again. I'm telling you, Hbar is going to go far. Hbar is in Africa. Who else is? Ripple is in that region as well. Is it Cardano is there? I can't deny them, although I don't really talk about Cardano a lot at all. Cardano is there in Africa as well. We'll wait to see what function they serve, what utility they offer to Africa. And I believe Stellar is also in Africa as well. For a reason. Africa's going to dominate. But let's continue on here. It says, with the explosion of SMEs and entrepreneurship in several African countries, I keep on thinking about things. I have to keep pausing. Sorry about that. But another thing, there's so many business owners moving to Africa and starting businesses there, buying land there. I've looked myself. That's how I know. Also, moving a lot of their businesses are starting up another wing of their business in Central America and Latin America. Businesses are spreading around to these areas, these continents and countries that they know are going to explode. Let's continue on. It says innovation in fintech and particularly blockchain technology is being propelled forward to drive the improvement of financial infrastructure. to address the unique challenge of providing the large portion of the African population that remains unbanked with more accessible tools for financial management and inclusion. Standard Bank and others have been researching and developing transformative fintech and blockchain products. Hbar is going to go far. You know what this also does? It puts the power, and this is what people want. It puts the power of control over their finances and their businesses in the hands of the people everywhere. This is what blockchain does. That's why the legacy system is so scared of it. So once again, this is beneficial for people everywhere. Let's go into this next little paragraph. It says growing adoption of blockchain in Africa. Among the use cases for fintech in Africa are peer-to-peer payments, widely used to enable informal and small business ventures at the beating heart of many African economies, as well as easing the logistics and cost of remittances. Further, the continued globalization of African markets has resulted in a need for more efficient and lower cost cross-border payments to facilitate African businesses conducting trade abroad. Countries like South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana have seen rapid uptake of cryptocurrencies as a means to access more efficient payment rails provided by blockchain networks and yield returns on income with assets like Bitcoin and stablecoins pegged to the value of the US dollar. Hbar is going to dominate. They're very smart. And look at their backing. You got FIS, Boeing, Google, all right? Oh man, everything happens in due time. Patience wins the day. Patience wins the day. Patience, foresight, utilization of cause and effect, gathering together the proper information. It's not about knowing everything. It's about knowing the right things, right? I love reading this. So let's continue on here. It says, this includes ongoing collaboration. Listen to I told you, they're all working together. This is mind blowing. This should get you fired up. Your pockets may explode in the future. You may be sitting on some gold, some diamonds in your cold wallet. Get what I'm saying? Maybe. It's my humble opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't want to be, ever. Just sharing my humble opinion while we read some factual information. This includes ongoing collaboration with major blockchain companies like Algorand and Hedera. Algorand and Hedera are collaborating. I'm fired up. I'm sorry, I watched some sports too before I shouldn't do that, right? I get too fired up. I was watching some sports competition at the highest level. Man, I was fired up. I was on the edge of my couch shouting. That's just how I am. I like to have a good time. Anyway, this includes ongoing collaboration with major blockchain companies like Algorand and Hedera. That money's going to flow seamlessly one into the other. Payroll, real estate. Look at all the value in America. If we could take United States, Central America, and Latin America, look at all the value there that we can move. Think about Africa. Look at all the value in Africa that can move around on Algorand, Hedera. We're in early. Think about that for a minute. 5 to 10 years, I don't care how long it takes. I'm here till the bitter end. So much gold, diamonds coming out of Africa. The value that they're going to be moving, tokenization of everything. It's a serious moment in history. We are living history right now. The rise of people and countries that haven't risen in a long time. They are rising. Utilizing technology that we helped to thrive. That's legendary in itself. Next sentence. Improving the inclusion of the underserved is a core value of Standard Bank, and blockchain technology will no doubt provide an avenue for great impact on African markets in the coming years. Keep doing a good job, Standard Bank. Keep doing a good job, Algorand and Hedera. There you go. Collaboration with major blockchain companies. So, I hope I read that the right way. I really do. Oh, man. this is an amazing time to be alive. So, you know, they could be talking about Standard Bank collaborating with the companies like Hbar and Hedera, but no matter what I mean is the technologies are always going to go hand in hand. XRP is in all the regions and corridors that XLM is in. Notice that. They're both battling in Southeast Asia against SWIFT, right? Then you have them both in Central America, Latin America. You have all three top bank coins, XLM, XRP, and Hbar in Europe. They know what they're doing. This is a concerted effort, but they're just keeping it quiet. So, not to alert and bring more fear than necessary into the legacy system, which is pressing against us already. Now, let's move on here. I want to end off with, I had two more articles. I always do this. I get so fired up off the first few articles, and then the video is like 26 minutes already, and I have two more articles to go through. But like I said, I hope people just use the chapters. If they feel like they want to jump around, they can still get the information that they want. Vechain. I remember I was telling everybody, Vechain is going to explode because it has access to money other blockchains don't. Let me give you an example right here. It says, this is from Gourmet Media. It was retweeted by Vechain. Vechain was elected in China Food Safety Traceability Unit. Boom. There's not a lot of cryptocurrencies that are allowed to operate in China. Vechain is there sitting at the table. They can scoop up money from Europe. They will, in my humble opinion, scoop up money from United States, Central America, Latin America, Africa. Vechain can scoop up money everywhere. So to think it's going to stay at the price that it's at now is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And it's another one, like I said, many times people are holding, I'll say this, people are holding more Vechain that I've seen than any other crypto. I have people telling me all the time how much they're holding of different things and, you know, just sending me good information, stuff like that as well. I've never seen people holding so much of something other than like they're doing Vechain. So it doesn't take an insane amount of money for those people to make a healthy return on investment with Vechain. Understanding how spread out Vechain is. You're talking about the traceability of everything. Vechain can trace how many trees are planted in this particular area. They're in the beauty industry already tracing, building infrastructure for beauty clients to track, what do you call it? Like makeup, things like that. You saw them, presenting to you the ability to trace shoes and different, items that people wear. Now they're in China and they're working with China. And elected as China Food Safety Traceability Unit. That's major. That's real utility. That's why anytime I talk about utility, I have to now, Quant is a bank coin at this point. They're in there. They're a bank coin. Overledger is there. They have too many banks they're working with. And like the other day, they were announcing some banks they're working with in Latin America, right? So Quant is a bank coin at this point. But I have to always throw in Vechain as well. I have to throw in Vechain. At a certain point, these cryptos that are utility coins become undeniable because people will need them. There you have it. I don't have to go much further in this article. It's absolutely unbelievable. And this is just where they're starting. Keep that in mind. Everything will continue to grow. For the bank coins, we're not those other crypto. For the bank coins, we're doing very, very well right now in the setup, in the building of everything. We know what we hold. And even if you don't hold it, at least you know what this technology does and you understand the possibilities and you've seen for yourself because you've done the reading, you've done the research. And you should be very proud of yourself, in my humble opinion. Should be very proud of yourself that you have that knowledge that others don't. And they will have the possibility of missing out if everything goes according to plan. There will be a flood of money coming into these bank coins. And hopefully the bank coins continue to do well, and I believe they will. We'll keep an eye on everything like that. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? Oh, I don't know how many people are sticking around till the end of this video, but there was a problem in the comment section the other day. I don't know what, sometimes YouTube has these errors. And so I was able to pin the first comment, which was Kai, also known as Pay Me in XRP, one of our legendary commenters and supporters of the channel. And also right behind Kai was BX, right? So it would not let me reply to comments. I hope that doesn't happen today. Sometimes that happened in the community section too. They wouldn't let me post or comment. So, but YouTube is they've been very good and very quick about fixing those type of things. So, you know, I just want to give a big shout out to Kai, pay me at XRP. Appreciate you being here on the channel. Appreciate every time I see you in the comment section as well. Also want to give a big shout out to BX. Like, is that just your name? Or are you really from the BX? Like, I don't know. But BX, how you doing? Because he's I can't say he. BX type alpha name with an exclamation point. BX. There you go. You got your name back with an exclamation point. So, man, I love all my people out there. I appreciate you being here on the channel and having a good time with me. It's a good time to be alive. And I hope you all are having a good day. Remember, if you have somebody out there that you love, you know, your mother, father, your children, listen, show them some love today or tomorrow. With first chance you get, show them some love. Take it from Alpha Nine. Show them some love, man. You never know what's going to happen the next day. So, until next time, I didn't even do the table slap. Hold on a second. You messing me up, throwing me off. Let's get to the money.